holiness. It's unbelievable. When I became a born-again Christian, and the people that spoke about holiness, 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 they spoke about it in such a way that, I thought, holiness, that's going to be a great climbing up. How do you do that? And so I avoided all those people, because anytime you meet them, they're going to say, holiness, holiness. Without holiness, no man shall see the Lord. And I was wondering, how does that happen? Until, the Lord himself told me, it's not like they are saying, it is what I have provided. I said, Lord, tell me about it. He said, you know what holiness is? H is humility. Are you humble before me? Do you know that I'm more powerful than you are? I said, yes, Lord. And do you know that I can do what you cannot do? I said, yes, Lord. And do you give me the praise that whatever good thing is done in your life, that I am responsible for that? I said, yes, Lord. He said, that is humility, the beginning of holiness. He said, you know what that O is? He said, it's obedience. I said, Lord, tell me about that. He said, obedience from one person to the other varies. He said, for example, I'm not going to ask you what I asked Abraham. That was a special thing. I'm not going to tell you to bring your Isaac and lay on the altar and kill and burn him for me. I said, what? You're not going to ask me? He said, no, I'm not going to ask you that. I said, what are you going to ask me? He said, I'm going to ask you every day, take a step and move forward. Just one step and move forward and be a step better today than I was yesterday. He said, that's all. I said, I can do that by the grace of God. Then I understood holiness is not this big thing that, people are thinking about, that, as if you cannot do it. He said, you know what L is? I said, tell me, Lord. He said, it's L, love. That if somebody give you, for example, money, would you love him? I said, yes, sure, I do. If somebody give you help, will you love him? I said, yes, sure, I will do that. If somebody solved a problem for you, you couldn't solve by yourself, would you appreciate that person? I said, yes, I would do. He said, well, I gave my only begotten son to save you from sin and from hell. Do you love me? I said, yes, sure, I do. He said, that's holiness. Because love is holiness. When you love the Lord and you love him because of what he has done, he said that is love and that is holiness. And then I said, how about I now? He said, I is integrity. I said, Lord, what's integrity? He said, integrity in mathematics, there's an integral number. It's whole. Just standing like that. Not a fraction. Anything you do, you don't do it with a fraction of your mind, a fraction of your soul, a fraction of your strength. You do it an integral number with integrity. He said, will you do that? I said, of course I will. When I stand up and walking, I put all my strength into that walking. When I'm writing, I put all my concentration there. And whatever I'm doing is an integral number. There is integrity. It said N is new. New. You're new every day. It said, do you wash every morning? I said, yes. Why do you do that? How to be new every day? You want to smell good and look nice to the people so that you're new every day. He said, that's all. Be new every day. In your language, in your comportment, everything you do, just be new. He said, how about E? He said, that is endurance. He said, do you ever endure? I thought about that. I said, do I? I said, yes. I remember the time I went to the farm with my grandfather. And, we're coming back, and I was wondering, Dad, Grandpa, when are we going to reach home? He said, don't worry, just another step more. And I took that step, another step more. I took that step, and lo and behold, soon we got home. And that is endurance. You're doing something, you're getting tired, you're getting weary. Others are not joining you on the way. And the Lord said, just one step more. you can do that. And just one step more, you can do that. And soon you will get home. Amen. And soon you arrive. It will be done in Jesus' name. And then I said, how about this? He said, that's self-denial. I said, self-denial? That's something. He said, have you ever been with your dad? And your dad is talking. And then you have the urge to say something. And your dad looked at you, and you kept quiet, because you can read from his face that you are not to open your big mouth at this time. I said a number of times that happened. He said, that's self-control. You control yourself that I'm not to talk at this time. You know when to talk. You know when not to talk. And you know the things to say and the things not to say. You open your mouth and you say something. And mom looks at you and says, we're going to, wash that mouth with some washing liquid. And you understand, I must have self-control. I can't say that again. And that's holiness. When you have the humility, you have the obedience, you have the love, you have the integrity, you have the newness, and you have the endurance, and you have the self-denial. And the final is that now you just submit unto the Lord. Just submission. He said that is holiness. He said, do you ever submit? I said yes when I was in the primary school. I remember even till now as I'm preaching, I remember the name of my teacher in 1954. And I submitted to that teacher. You couldn't do otherwise. If you don't, he'll show you how to submit. And so I submitted. I got to the high school, and then did you ever submit to that principal? Militant principal. Very good, very nice and intelligent and instructive, but militant. Did you submit? Yes, I submitted. And then it says, through life, as you go around, you'll find people, they know more than you know. And they try to control, go this way, go that way, to avoid accident. Did you submit? I said, yes, I did. Now submit to me. It's for my good that he's directing me that way. I said, Lord, now I understand. And as I do that every day, and then I get to understand every situation that comes, I bring holiness into it. I bring humility into it. I bring obedience to it. I bring love to it. I bring integrity to it. I bring newness of life to it. I bring endurance and self-denial. And I bring a day's submission to it. And when that comes, and God is going to help you. I say God is going to help you.